That makes me feel much, much better there. Oh, yeah. The music on so low you can't even barely hear it at all. Oh, oh yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Imagine this is all coming through an iPhone, you guys. And I will show everybody how to do this. Um, and you can't you could not hear your own other stream. You're over another stream that bad lower volume level. Oh, okay. I didn't know it was a phone. Oh yeah, this is all on the iPhone, you guys. This is all being streamed on an iPhone. Um, and you can tell that because I'm right here. I'm on my phone. I'm using my professional microphone, and I'm putting all the audio through my Behringer audio mixer, so I can do anything I want with the audio. I can turn the music off, up, whatever you want to do. And there's no feedback. There's no hum. You might hear my fan in the background a little tiny bit, but I doubt it. And that's it. Isn't this the way everybody's sound should sound like on Twitch? Oh, it could. Everybody's sound could sound this way if you just use a couple little things like I've used. Over the years, hey, Fallen, what's up? Over the years, I've gone through many devices. And I have to say that the first device I ever bought was this. This is a Turtle Beach, which I love Turtle Beach. Everybody knows that. Migo 2. And I don't love Turtle Beach, actually. Turtle Beach probably would never be a sponsor of mine because Turtle Beach literally is the crap. Oh, you have an M Audio. They're all made by the same company. I don't know what company makes them originally, but Turtle Beach uses them. There's like 30 or 40 different types of these. They're just regular USB audio. DATs is what they call them. They're digital audio transfer. They transfer from analog to digital inside this little thing here. And there's a analog outs and ins. A mic in and a headphone in on this, and it goes into digital world once it hits here, and then into the USB cable, and then it's in 4 little pins inside there. Oh, actually 5, but that's USB. USB crappy little piece of crap, little buzzing, humming little thing that doesn't even work that well at all. These have an amazing hum with them. I call them you called it 60 cycle hum because it's a ground loop hum. Turtle Beach is famous for ground loops. They use their incredible wiring schemes that they use in America is, first of all, it's probably the least favorite thing for anybody to use, really. They use their not their positive audio, but their negative audio and their ground are the same thing, which isn't the same thing in reality. But on Turtle Beach, it is. And what happens is it always has a ground loop error when it does that because they don't want to run the extra. They use the shield and the ground. The shield and the negative audio are both the same thing. I'm not 100% sure how audio works. I know the basics, but I'm not like a major technician where I can tell you exactly how audio and digital audio and everything is sent. But I know that there's a positive or a ground and a positive audio per channel. You can usually share ground between two two RCA inputs or whatever. They'll share the same one, but they'll both be shielded inside the cable separately. Usually, you have balanced and unbalanced, and it just gets crazy. You start getting insane. But it's probably the thing that I really don't understand why Turtle Beach doesn't do all the way. They might as well, since they're there already. They have to run one more wire. It's not a shield. It's a ground wire. And it just needs to be connected inside the circuit. This is the way the shield needs to be connected. But there needs to be a diode in there for the shield so it doesn't feed back through the shield. So it doesn't go, it only goes one way. It doesn't go, the power doesn't go both ways. It goes one way. And they don't have it that way. On their boards, it's really cool. If you took this little thing apart right here, there would be a place for a capacitor that would literally be that capacitor that would make it so it would only go in one way, but it's not there. The capacitor, actually, the part is not in there. They just have actually, I don't think they even have anything, but because they don't need to have anything because they don't have the extra wire. But if they had the extra wire hooked in, they would just have to have a little piece of wire in there instead of the capacitor, but they don't have that even. So that's Turtle Beach for you. They're cheap. They don't run an extra wire, which literally costs them nothing, pretty much. But makes sense that electronics would work, but the noise and beats from other interference is also hitting the ground, can be picked up by the amplifier, and you hear things. Yeah, well, because, okay, Sony and Apple both use mic level inputs, and outputs are headphone level, but they're powered for their headphones. But the inputs are all mic level, which is very low signals. The signal strength is super low, and so they have to be shielded. If you ever used a alarm clock that was made for a non-cell phone or a non-Apple device, that was not a cell phone, it was just like I guess an iPad or iPod. If it was just made for an iPod and you put a cell phone in there, every minute or two you'd hear the cell phone go click, 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 click. It would be like a little click, click, click thing. And that is the cell phone dialing on the cell radio to the cell tower to tell the cell tower that it's still there. And then it just gets a signal there and back. It's a ping and pong. And that cell phone is not, that device is not shielded right. So it's making that little beep, 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 that little high-pitched, crappy noise that I can't even make. That noise is really annoying, and I hear it all the time in streams. And I know exactly what it is. I know they're using their cell phone for their music, and they have crappy unshielded cables or unbalanced cables that are just, making it crap. Remember the old... Yeah, the Nextels are the worst. Nextels are literally... I used to have an Nextel for when I was doing my paparazzi business. And Nextels were the worst. They literally would make anything freak out because they were really high-powered and they were very focused frequencies that were... you go into a radio station that used all balanced cables and everything, and they would even have problems with the Nextel cell phone. You'd have to turn that off before you came in the studio. Like a cable like this is a XLR, but this is a really good shielded cable. This is actually probably a $25 cable. I think it's made by is it? Yeah. It's a LYX. LYX is probably one of the better, not the best, but one of the better ones. I can't afford anything better than this. This is all metal, and this whole thing, other than this little part in the middle, is ceramic, and it's all metal. See, and you don't find that usually. You find that usually all this is plastic, and it just fits into the plug really good, and it doesn't ever have a problem. And this is a balanced cable, which means that it's both the lengths of the cable are the same length, and it's nice that you can change out the fittings in those. Yeah, you could, but these are actually soldered with silver solder, so I wouldn't want to, because I would have to get silver solder and put it in there. But because these are a special high quality ones. Those are the type that I use to going back and forth between the little things I have, little plugs that I use to put my iPhone and everything into my PS4. So the one cable now that I've actually settled on, which is probably the one I just dropped. Oh, here it is. So the one cable that I've now actually settled on to use for an iPhone to put it into my mixer is this. This is a breakaway cable, they call it, a break-off cable. This is a T-tip ring sleeve. Tip ring sleeve, or TRRS, to a, this is a female TRS, and this is a XLR, unbalanced XLR. This part goes into the mic, or the output for the mixer, or your microphone output on your mic. If I plugged it right into the mic, on this mic it wouldn't work. It has to have phantom power. But a regular microphone that didn't need phantom power, this would be perfect for that. And this is where you would plug in your headphones at, or your powered output. And most medium range mixers have their inputs are all, well, they have a switch on them that makes it so you can use a high power or regular powered. It's nice that you can change out the thing. Oh, okay. And now it's uploading all these photos right now. And you don't want it to do that. Screwing up everything. No. Yeah, phantom power is 48 volts of, yeah, I'll tell you what phantom power is in a little bit. So I use this right now pretty much on everything. Right now I'm not using this on the phone that I'm using. I'm using a different thing now. But on this other phone that I'm using to put the music in, which is right there, and it sounds great. The music going in is, I'm using my iPhone 6 to put the music in, and I'm using one of these cables to plug in to the music. But also, if I wanted to, I could sign on to Discord on the iPhone that I'm using to play my music on. And this cable would make it possible that I would be able to talk to everybody in Discord using this mic and my headphones, and everybody on the PSN would be able to hear the people on Discord. Everybody on Discord would be able to hear the people on PSN, and they'd be able to hear me. And they, if I wanted to, they could make it so they could hear the music. They could hear the PS4 sounds. They could hear whatever. That would all be done through this little cable here in my mixer, which has a audio output for the XLR. Yeah, it's really easy. As I'm doing this video, because I want everybody to know how. Oh my God, I have this little app I wrote, and it's like running right now, and it's doing all my backup, all my photos right now. To my Dropbox, Anyways, so I hope it's not screwing up the stream. Like, too bad. It doesn't look like it is. No, it doesn't look like it is. Oh, cool! It even has the chat on the stream. That's pretty cool. Wait, it does? Oh yeah, and then it has the. Oh, that's pretty big. I didn't know all that. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm just finding out things that I didn't know it had. I guess it would have audio alerts then if it wants to. I got my PS4 to play on my OBS via remote connection instead of having to buy capture. Oh, you just make your computer a like a IP camera. Isn't that lag though? Like a couple seconds. So your audio doesn't match up like with what your gameplay is. No, it doesn't. I mean, the audio on the game would match up, but the audio, but the audio on the game wouldn't screw up, but the reaction to the action on the stream or the gameplay would be different, like a second or half a second different than the video is or not. Yeah, I know that gets rendered in the game, but then your audio for your chat gets rendered through the PS4, and then you have a cable going into your computer doing that. So that audio is delayed a little bit, isn't it? Yeah. That's what I thought. And does it fall apart a little bit or not? Yeah. I know the audio is handled by the PC, but does I never have to unplug anything. Oh, okay. Yeah, but so you're playing your PS4 is only connected via Ethernet. Yeah, I understand that. And you're using the streaming function on the PS4 to stream locally. But how do you set up your RMTP address and all that stuff? Like, are you capturing that output through your PlayStation 4? Or are you... I don't understand. A little confused. PS4 remote play application on... Oh, okay. On Cisco switch with the window. Oh, okay. So it makes it so it... Wait, so are you actually using the streaming function in the PS4? Or how's the video going from the PS4 onto the out into the world? Does it always send the video through your Ethernet cable? I don't think it does that. Or maybe you're using like the remote play thing or whatever. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. I don't understand exactly, but that's cool. It's got to be a little bit, like, falls apart a little bit, though. Not that much, but a little bit. Can't be, like, perfect. Yeah, you have to. You definitely have to. What was I going to talk about then? So I've used everything from my original on my PS3 and my PS4. When I first got my PS4, I used this little thing this was my little top secret thing that I used for the longest time. And this is a TRRS plug that I used an extension cable for this that was like 4 feet long. It had a female that plugged into this, and then a male that plugged into the controller. And then the controller has batteries, so that doesn't have a hum or anything because it has no different power source. It's the batteries. So it's DC already. It's no AC conversion for power. And that's where you get their hum from, usually, because those are usually not the best in the world. And so you use something like this, but it has a female on one end and a male on the one end. I don't have some of the female on right here now. Anyways, no, I don't. No. So it's like it has that. Oh, well, not really that, but whatever. It has one of these on it or something. This on one end and the regular one is just a male. Anyways, so I used that cable, plugged it into that, and this thing right here has a split inside. That one has a microphone on it, and then this one has headphones on it. The microphone is your input from your external device. So you plug in on this one your output from my mixer or whatever, and you plug in on this one your headphones to your actual headphones or your input to your mixer. Okay. And then you can mix it individually. And that's how I got people's voices captured through the PS4 that wasn't, they didn't like click on the little thing that says, capture voice or whatever. Whatever voice that was going in through chat, I just captured it through that and then put it onto the stream. And then this is $8, $7-8. No humming, no nothing. It's the greatest thing in the whole world. $8 on Amazon. And I can put a link or something somewhere to find it though. But yeah, $8. It's pretty fucking bitchin'. You have to have all the right cables and everything though. The microphone part is just a TS it's a TS cable. So it just has one line on it. And the headphones part is a TRS cable where you plug in on this side. So on the black one here that is painted black, that's where the microphone goes, is a TS cable, and this is a TRS cable. See? It's really, really cool. That thing I use forever. I had like this big clump of cables all taped together because I didn't have that much money for all these different ends and cables and stuff, and I use cables something like this, and one was like extension cable, and then one was this one here is this is a really weird cable. This is a TRSS, which this is a regular you plug into iPhone, and then on this end, only thing that comes out of it or goes into it actually is only a mic line. A mic input goes into this, and there's no stereo that comes out of it, just a mic line that goes into it. You can't plug anything else into that. So it's just a TS that's on this side. And then this is a TRSS plug. So the Apple device thinks you plugged in full headphones and everything. And then you could use this to put audio into your phone. It's mono from like a mic, like you're holding a microphone to do interviews or whatever. And that wouldn't have any possibility of coming out a little bit and having that sound or anything like that. This is a great little thing, but it's very specialized. And if you used it for anything else other than that, it won't work. And it just makes everything very complicated because nobody knows that that's just a microphone input into your phone, not a headphone out. And yeah, so let me show everybody my total setup here. So I have my iPad Pro over here that shows my stream, and right below it is my dashboard for my stream. And over here is my iPhone 6. That's the thing I'm using right now to put audio into my iPhone 8 that I'm using to stream this little stream here. There's my mixer, which is really complicated looking, but it's not that complicated. And things like I I I couldn't find anything to make my faders all good when I spilt like sodas. I spilt like a couple sodas in this mixer, and then the other mixer I've had before, I spilt a couple too. And this right here, this is a lifesaver for me. This literally will do all your connections, any kind of connection you have for audio or video or anything. It'll make the actual physical connection for a plug or a all the I can't think of what they're called right now. The faders, all the faders on there. They all the knobs and all the regular faders. You can just drop this stuff in. It's an oil that is. It just makes everything work better, conduct better, work better, everything. You don't want to get too much in there, but whatever. And it's detox it, which is literally amazing stuff. This is like a $20 bottle, and it's probably a $5 million bottle thing. Yeah, actually, I think I do have a link to. No, I don't have a link to that, but I'll put a link to that in my little store for Amazon. So you just put this. You clean out the thing. There's actually another thing from Detox It that is a cleaner, and then it evaporates. And you use like a brush or like a Q-tip or something like that to clean the actual stuff out of the fader, which is like right here that goes up and down. You just drop it right in there, and then you can just clean it with that, and it's amazing. And you can do that with all the pan knobs too. You have to kind of open the thing up a little bit, but I've never done that with this one. With my other one I did once, and you can do it with the EQs too. But I spilt 2 sodas in this thing, and all the channels worked perfectly. Never would be able to tell. It didn't have any problems. Then I made a little cool little stand that's attached to my desk. I can't move that phone if I wanted to. This stand is from a security stand that would normally go on the side, like on the ceiling or on the wall, that would hold a security camera on the wall. And it comes out to a 1/4 inch, 20 threads per inch screw. And that screw is the standard for anything that plugs in to tripods or all that crap. And that's the screw that I use for that. And this little holder is like for a bike or whatever, and you can't move it. I mean, I'm trying my hardest to move it right now, and it doesn't move. It's awesome. Then I use that keyboard right there to type on my iPad. So basically, I can stream. Actually, I do stream. All of my streams over the last year have been all done with an iPad, an iPhone, and my mixer, and the PS4, the PS4 Pro. It's pretty amazing to realize that all that is done just through that. And it's really cool, actually, too. What else? I'm streaming this at 4,000K. Jeez. Okay. And yeah, I got my PS4 VR set up there. And my camera for my PS4 is up there. And my TV I play on is right there. And there you go. And my phone that I'm using now, which is the iPhone 8, to stream this little stream, I have it inside this little holder that I'll take off here. And so that's what I'm using to hold the phone right now. Cost like $5 on Amazon. Well, this part did. This part is like $1 or $2 if you get a cheap one. And this is actually a good one. Oh, this is actually a cheap one. That's a good one there. But yeah, that's it. That's all I've been using this whole thing. Just stream this. And usually when I'm streaming, I'll put this right like that behind that phone, and I'll put it like horizontal instead of vertical like this, and that will be my stream, so I can see that my stream is streaming. And over here will be my chat, that I can see all my stats and everything, and then my PS4 output is right there. So, and then the mixer is right there in front of me with the keyboard over there that usually sits right here. And that little piece of Velcro right there is on the bottom of the keyboard. That also makes it so it doesn't move around. And there you go. That's the way I do all this shit. So I think it's my stream, or I've heard a lot of streams out there that sound pretty good, but I've heard a lot of streams out there that sound like crap. People playing radios in the background of their microphones to make it so they're playing music. That is ridiculously crappy. People that do insanely crazy stuff. I just can't imagine doing something like that, like stuff like that. Some of the stuff they do, but so anyways, that's what I'm. Look at my hair; it's all spiky, and look how gray it is. It's fucking ridiculous. Anyways, yeah. Oh, someone is following. It doesn't have a follow sound with it. I thought I had this sound. Oh, I don't have him on right now. You weren't following me before rapping? You must have unfollowed me to follow me. But yeah. I love that I gave all this information out for free. And there for the longest time, people were begging me to tell them how I got audio into the PS4 and all that stuff. And I had a lot of people asking me how to do it, and no one watched this but Fallen. And I love you, Fallen, for watching. And rapping, I guess. Some other people came in and out, and that's it. Well, anyways, everybody have a great day, morning, evening, afternoon, good, whatever it is, wherever you're at. And I will see everyone later. I might stream some PS4 in a little bit. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. All right, bye.